Hello and welcome to another video on navigating the Windows environment using a screen reader. Today we're going to focus on using the search feature of the settings applications. Before we get started, I want to just point out that though we will be using JAWS for Windows as our screen reader today, you can use any screen reader that you are comfortable with or no screen reader at all, since the processes and commands that we're using today are completely Windows-based. So let's go ahead and get started. To open the settings application, we can do a couple of different things. We can press the start menu and type settings followed by enter to open the settings application. Or we can press Windows key plus the letter I, India, to open the settings application. I'm going to do the second one.
Windows I settings search box, find the setting, edit, type in text.
And remember, you'll always be placed in this search field right away when opening the settings application. I'm going to do a really quick example of a search for a setting. I'm going to type the word Wi-Fi and press enter.
Wi-Fi, enter, Y-Fi, list box, Y-Fi, 1 of 1. To move to an item, press the arrow keys.
Now, what it did was it opened the Wi-Fi area of the network and internet section of the settings application because I typed Wi-Fi, so it knew what I wanted to open. I'm going to go ahead and press the tab key to navigate these settings.
Y-Fi, Y-Fi button on. To activate, press space bar. Connected network properties, WCBVI-data, show available networks. Show more settings button collapsed. To activate, press space bar.
I'm going to press enter and show available networks here just to show you what this looks like.
Enter expanded list box system settings view model setting entry expanded 1 of 4. To move to an item, press the arrow keys.
So this is pretty much the same idea, I guess, as when you open the quick settings or navigate to the notification area of your taskbar. You have this list of available connections. You would navigate it with an up and down arrow.
WCBVI-guest 1 at CPMJNJA secured signal 1 out of 4 bars 3 of 4. Hidden network secured signal 1 out of 4 at CW at CWC.
So I'm going to use my up and down arrows to navigate that area. There's nothing that I really want. If I wanted to navigate the settings of each one of these, like connect, I would do the same thing, like press enter or tab, just like I did before in the other areas. I'm going to press escape to close this.
Escape, show more settings button collapsed. To activate, press space bar.
So now I'm going to press tab again.
Manage known networks. Manage known networks button. To activate, press space bar.
And I'm going to show you something. So what that did before is it expanded the show available networks. The manage known networks is going to open a new page in the settings application. So I'm going to press enter.
Enter. Manage known networks. Search known networks. Edit. Type in text.
So I can search known networks, and this is the focus I have now, or I can press my tab key to navigate this.
Sort by preference. Sort by preference. Filter by all. Filter by all. Combo box all. To change the add a new network. Add network button. To list box. 10696-iPhone 10696-iPhone button 1 of 21. To activate, press space bar.
So I've connected to at least 21 networks here, and I have settings for each one of them. I would be able to navigate these networks using my up and down arrow.
Amy-iPhone. Baymont by Wyndham. iPhone. CISA 4 guest. MPS guest. MPS guest button 6 of 21. To activate, press space bar.
So these are all of the networks. If I wanted to open it, I would press enter.
Enter. MPS guest. Show more settings button expanded. To activate, press space bar.
And this is where I could find more settings for my MPS guest network that I had previously been connected to. Now note, it's one that I've previously been connected to. It's not in range. I'm going to press my Alt plus left arrow to go back to my previous screen.
Alt left arrow. Manage known networks. Search known networks. Edit.
Now it stuck me right back at the top again. I'm going to press my tab key until I get to the list again.
Sort by colon preference. Filter by colon all. Add a new network. List box. MPS guest. MPS guest button 1 of 21. To activate, press space bar.
And it stuck me at the top here. It put that MPS guest at the top. It must be sorting them according to when I last opened or accessed them. I don't foresee myself going back here to MPS for a while at least, so I'm going to press my tab key.
Forget MPS guest button. To activate, press space bar.
This allows me to quickly forget a network. I'm going to press enter.
Enter. Get help. Get help link.
And now that I've forgotten that network, I lost focus within that list because that's no longer there. So I'm going to press tab.
Search box. Find the setting, edit, type in text.
It stuck me right back at the top. This happens sometimes. So that's kind of what I wanted to show you, that this can happen. So that's why it's important to know that if you don't know where you are in the settings application, you can always do Control E to go back to that find a setting and press your tab.
Back button. To activate, press space bar. Amy Snow, amy.snow@wi.k12.network and internet. 3 of 11. To move to an item, press the arrow keys.
Now notice I'm on my network and internet, the third item in this list, because again, that's where my Wi-Fi is, and that's where my search brought me. I'm going to go back to my system.
Bluetooth and devices to system 1 of 11.
And I'm going to press enter to open that.
Enter. System selected.
Just so that I'm at a consistent place. Now I'm going to press Control E to go back to my search area.
Control E. Search box. Find the setting, edit, type in text.
As you'll recall, when I opened my Wi-Fi before, I just typed Wi-Fi and typed an enter key after it. This time I'm going to type Wi-Fi space.
Set Wi-Fi.
And now I'm going to use my down arrow to see what kind of suggestions Windows has for me. It's going to suggest, oh, you're looking for Wi-Fi. Well, what specifically about Wi-Fi are you looking to change? So it's going to give me some choices. I'm going to press a down arrow to navigate that list of options.
Turn wireless devices on or off. 2 of 9.
Now it placed me on the second item in 2 of 9. There's 9 options here. The first one was Wi-Fi settings, and I would have just gone there had I pressed enter when I typed Wi-Fi, just like I did before. But I'm just exploring what my options look like.
Airplane mode settings. 3 of 9. Sync your passwords on this PC. 4 of 9.
I have no idea what that has to do with Wi-Fi, but it came up with it as an option.
Network and internet. 5 of 9. Discover Wi-Fi networks. 6 of 9. Use random hardware addresses. 7 of 9.
So there's all of these options. If I wanted to press an up arrow once to discover Wi-Fi networks.
Discover Wi-Fi networks. 6 of 9.
And press enter.
Enter. Wi-Fi list box. Wi-Fi. 1 of 1. To move to an item, press the arrow keys.
So here I am. Theoretically, it should have brought me to my Wi-Fi networks area, and it did, but it didn't expand it for me. So I still have to find it. Some settings, it will bring you directly there. Others, it will not. So it's important, again, to continue to listen to what our screen reader says, even and especially when we do a search. I'm going to press a down arrow just to see where I'm at and see if it does anything. Nope, nothing. So I'm going to press tab.
Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi button on. To activate, press space bar.
So the results it got me were no different than if I would have just pressed Wi-Fi and hit that enter key. That also happens sometimes. So it's a really good idea to just explore the settings area and kind of give yourself some time to see how it works. And after each update, it might look just a little bit different, but it's always navigated the same. It's always navigated using that tab key and your arrow keys. And that's kind of a great way to start. Using that search feature is also a great way to narrow things down just a little bit. Like I said, if I wanted to find Wi-Fi, I would have had to go to my list, go to Network and Internet, open that, then navigate to Wi-Fi and open that, where just typing Wi-Fi in that search feature was faster. You'll learn what's faster for you the more you use it and the more you explore the application. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for joining us and have a great day.